El año 2024 será el más cálido en los registros y será el primero en superar el umbral de calentamiento de 1.5 grados Celsius con respecto al periodo preindustrial, límite marcado por el Acuerdo de París, anunció este lunes el Observatorio Europeo Copernicus. Después de que se registrara el segundo noviembre más cálido en los catastros, hay una certeza de que 2024 será el año más cálido en los registros, y la temperatura promedio superará en más de 1.5 grados Celsius el nivel preindustrial, y estos niveles históricos podrían persistir en los próximos meses, con temperaturas mundiales previstas cercanas a los récords a principios de 2025, declaró a la AFP Julien Nicolas, científico del Servicio de Cambio Climático de Copernicus, especialmente porque el regreso del fenómeno La Niña, sinónimo de enfriamiento, sigue siendo incierto este año. Según los últimos cálculos de la ONU, el mundo no va por buen camino de la reducción de su contaminación de carbono para evitar un fuerte agravamiento de las sequías, canículas o lluvias torrenciales ya observadas, que provocan muchas muertes e impactos económicos.
...2024 was exceptionally warm. It was the warmest year on record by about a tenth of a degree C, which followed 2023, which was also the warmest year on record by, about 0.15 degrees C. So we're seeing two very strong records back to back. And 2024 was also the first year above 1.5 degrees in the majority of surface temperature records.
Every single month, January to July, has been the warmest on record. July was the second warmest, and then from then on has been second or close to first around. But when you put all of those together, then the trajectory is just incredible and sums up to the warmest year on record.
We are steaming along a path of self-destruction. That despite all the efforts being made by a number of well-meaning countries and entities, that will remain way off the target of what is required to keep global warming to 1.5. And it's just so sad that despite all the warnings that scientists have given, that nations across the earth, many of which are based in rich countries, are continuing to fail to live up to their responsibilities as canonizing various international law and policies regarding climate change. So it's very deeply worrying.
It's not a surprise that 1.5 has been reached. This doesn't mean that the Paris Agreement has been breached. Paris Agreement make a reference typically over a longer period of time of 20, 30 years. So the fact that a single year exceed the 1.5 threshold doesn't mean that we have missed the Paris Agreement target. But at the same time is a psychologically important element, and clearly with the temperature rising globally and rising in every single continent and being quite extreme, especially over the last few months, well, this is bound to happen more and more often, and so the Paris Agreement will be reached in the near future. We can discuss whether it will be the late 2020s, early 2030s, but we are bound to reach 1.5 in the terms of the Paris Agreement and exceed it. from now on, the temperature will be warmer than what we have seen, will continue rising, and will be, in all likelihood, for the majority of the years above 1.5. And if we are really good and put our act together, maybe by the end of the century, we'll be able to get back to the temperature as cold, strangely to say, to the one we have experienced over the last year, which is the record-breaking now. We are seeing this increase in humidity, and this rhymes with this increase in intensity of precipitation. And we have seen some of manifestation. I mean, there is no one-to-one relationship between any of these events and climate change, but the scenario is conducive to this event becoming more intense and more frequent. I'm thinking about the flooding in Valencia, for instance, or in Emilia-Romagna, or in Czechia, in Greece, Libya, Slovenia, and so on and so forth.
There is also the understanding that those who have the greater financial capability, greater technological capability, and historical responsibilities need to take a leading position here. And therefore, minds will turn to countries like the US and other developed countries.
It's not a done deal. We have the power to change the trajectory from now on. We can do it, but we need to do it based our actions on facts, on evidence, and there are plenty of evidence available that we can base our actions on.
Un informe del Servicio de Cambio Climático Copernicus, agencia de la Unión Europea, muestra que este fue el verano más caluroso registrado. El documento muestra que agosto fue el 13º de 14 meses en que las temperaturas globales aumentaron 1,5 grados centígrados, más allá de las temperaturas promedio preindustriales.
El mes de mayo de 2024 fue el más caluroso registrado hasta la fecha, lo que significa que el mundo lleva un año batiendo sus récords mensuales, anunció este miércoles el Observatorio Europeo del Clima Copernicus. Con esta serie de récords, la temperatura media mundial de los últimos 12 meses, de junio 2023 a mayo 2024, es la más alta jamás registrada, según Copérnico, es decir, 1.63 grados por encima del promedio preindustrial de 1850 a 1900, cuando las emisiones de gases de efecto invernadero de la humanidad aún no habían comenzado a calentar el planeta. En mayo, la temperatura media mundial en la Tierra y en los océanos se sitúa a 1.52 grados Celsius, por encima de la norma de un mes de mayo en la segunda mitad del siglo XIX.